All right. Welcome back to Binge-Watchers podcast. Tonight's episode is called Whatever Happened to Baby Jane? Child star loses it in an American psycho thriller. Last time on Binge-Watchers podcast? Let's see. We cranked out one hell of a conversation. Look it up. Download it. Subscribe on your favorite podcast app. We're everywhere. And let's mix it up a little bit. Actually, I was going to tell a story, but I'm not in the mood. So I'm just going to keep cruising right along. Tonight's movie. Let's see.
I wanted to hear the story. Oh my god.
Okay. Well, okay. So, like every social media platform has their own sizes for videos. There's no uniform size, right? Some have squares, right? Some have long triangle, rectangle things for websites, and other ones have these stupid vertical thing that QB or Quibi tried to launch off the ground is. Oh, you're going to watch this in the vertical size, 9:6 or 9:16, whatever it is. It's really dumb. It's like this, and it only exists because of iPhones, right? Because this whole vertical size thing, right? So there's just stuff going on in the background, and I'm distracted, and like I'm getting hollered at. So I'm trying to concentrate on trying to figure out if this Resize Tool is any good. And first I'm on the internet doing shareware, the free stuff, right? Like the freeware. But then I get the hanging circle of death on my MacBook Air, right? You know that circle that will just spin for hours.
Oh yeah,
hate that circle.
If you're folks, I'm talking about video editing. Like if you're rendering, you're waiting for the graphics to complete their cycle so you can finish cutting. And if you see that circle, it's too late. It's never gonna end. It's corrupted. It's over with. So
I spent an hour on this. Though.
But Mac never crash. They just do the circle.
After 2 hours of trying to figure out where the Resize Tool was, I got the freeware. I posted the video, and then I'm just waiting. And it's not a small file, right? Because it's a 45-minute video. So, it was compressed by StreamYard one time when we recorded it. Is our video from the Night of the Creeps episode. So I'm waiting for this thing to render out, to resize it to vertical so you can see our video that's a square from Facebook. Scrunched down so people can look at it on Instagram TV. Why Instagram decided to change the square videos into the vertical in the first place makes no sense because they allow you to post a minute-long video on the regular Instagram, right? But they don't allow you to post anything longer than that, which they could easily unlock. There's nothing magical or special about Instagram TV except for your video must be the vertical phone size. And it can be longer than a minute. It can go up to an hour. But I'm like, why would they separate the apps like that? Why wouldn't they just let you post directly to your Instagram profile a video that's longer than a minute, Anyway, none of this stuff, I'm not I used to edit videos, whatever, you got to take a job when you get out of film school, whatever. I've done some gigs where I was video editing only because that's what was available, but I'm not I'm more of a creative guy. I've come up with the stories.
You just saying editors aren't creative?
No.
Wait, what?
Battle Royale.
No, okay, look. I think they're more technical than they're creative, right?
Oh, you're just digging a ditch, dude. I call bullshit. I'm sorry.
Oh shit.
Oh my gosh.
I think editors are the most creative people in the world.
You're taking the story in a direction it wasn't going in. But I know. I don't want to debate if I think video editors. I'm saying basically what I was trying to explain was I'm not technical enough as a video editor to figure out this problem, so I need to go and buy an application.
Got you. That makes more sense.
Right?
Okay.
So then while all this stuff is going on in the background, I clicked the wrong side of the screen. You know how there's always a button toggle when you go to buy? Because then I found the resizer thing that you have to pay for, right? I was like, oh, every month it's $20, or you could buy the whole year at $200.
I hate that. Yeah.
So the button was on the wrong. It was toggled in the wrong direction, and I'm like, oh shit, what just happened, right? So I'm like, oh man, so much background noise that I had to undo it, and it was too late because now I had to go through the cycle of oh yeah, you'll get refunded in however long it takes, But thankfully, I posted the video on Instagram TV. It got some comments. It's basically our Night of the Creeps episode reshared as a now Instagram TV video, and whatever. So I'm led to believe it has 70,000 views. So that's pretty good.
Nice.
After fighting with it for 2 days to post it up there, it's at least competitive. It's in the same ballpark as the rest of our things, right? So, Videos on Facebook are getting like 100,000 views. Videos on YouTube with 30,000, whatever. I'm still playing around with. I don't know how to market to YouTube. The algorithm is really difficult. We cracked Facebook. Instagram's all right. And we're doing good audio wise. We still crack 60,000 an episode or whatever. So we're a little decent podcast here, little engine that could. So. But we had to branch out. Like all podcasters are having to go to video now because it's just different. Like there's so much content out there. You have to be like on all the platforms. Mm-hmm. And like Adam pointed out the other day, like what if something happens? Like, Facebook had a problem the other day and took a video down and we had to repost it. So that like, how long did that take? Like the audience couldn't watch it for 2 days or, podcast server gets hacked. And so, 100,000 podcasts are offline at the same time for a day. Like how, you know what I mean? So that's like thousands of downloads wasted or not available, right? So who knows?
We just take all these frustrations and put it into the next script.
I know, right?
Yeah, there will probably be a Binge-Watchers movie about podcasting and something, but I think it'll be about obsession, which is kind of ties into tonight's movie. Like, whatever happened to Baby Jane? Let's see what happened to Baby Jane. She was a child star. She loses her stardom because she's aging out of being a child star. She becomes a raging alcoholic, and then she gets blamed for crippling her older sister, who becomes a star as they get older. And the sister was bringing in these Hollywood bucks until she gets crippled. And then Baby Jane becomes more of like an obsessed, abusive caretaker. Betty Davis plays Baby Jane, and Joan Crawford plays Blanche. Two big stars of the era. This is like, early 60s or mid 60s or whatever. And they were stars. They started out in like the 40s, I think.
Yeah. Going back to the 20s, actually.
Yeah. You got some trivia for us, Dave?
Yeah, actually.
There's a crazy echo.
I think there's an echo, Dave.
Huh?
I hear that. I don't know where that's from.
It's from the stadium you're in.
I think it went away.
Dave's Stadium.
Yeah, John, these two ladies were kind of on the downslope when they took this movie, and they ended up taking it because it was a starring role for each of them. These two had like a big rivalry behind the scenes for years. And they had a behind the scenes rivalry during this movie. Like they play the director against each other and that kind of thing. Joan Crawford ultimately really pissed off Betty Davis because Betty Davis was nominated for Best Actress Award for this. And Joan Crawford approached Anne Bancroft, who was another nominee that night, and said, if you win, I'll go and accept your award, because she couldn't make it because she was in a play or something like that. Well, Anne Bancroft did win, and Joan Crawford rushed up the stage to get the award just to piss off Betty Davis. She knew that would get under her skin.
These girls are brutal.
Yeah. They made a whole mini series about this called Feud, like Betty and Joan, which is actually
is that what that
good
was about? Okay.
It was a good miniseries, actually.
So as good as Baby Jane is as a movie, you're saying like the behind the scenes stuff is just as like riveting or whatever, like their feud or whatever?
Oh, absolutely, because like they were vicious with each other. You'd have to go see that doc or miniseries to see all the behind the scenes stuff.
I have a question.
But there's also
is it Betty Davis or is it Bet Davis?
It's spelled like Bet, but it's Betty. They say Betty.
Yeah. Oh, they say Betty. Okay.
Yeah, it's always Betty Davis. Yeah, I don't know why that is.
Because there's another Betty Davis.
Song about the shape of her eyes.
Yeah, but this movie also created a subgenre during that time called hacksploitation, which was about like old, withered ladies. Like after this, Betty Davis did Hush Hush Sweet Charlotte. Joan Crawford did a bunch with not Roger Corman, the other guy, the gimmick guy. William Castle. She did like William Castle movies like Straight Jacket. So it just became a thing after like old Hollywood stars made these weird movies.
The clothes hanger, though, the closet hanger, was that Crawford?
That was Joan Crawford. That was in her real life. Well, yeah, Joan Crawford had a movie made about her called Mommy Dearest, which is actually a fun movie. Well, it's one of those movies. It was one of those movies that aimed to be a drama but failed so badly it became camp.
So you're saying that's Hacksploitation too? Even the movie about like the real
in a weird way, kind of. Yeah, so interesting, fun, interesting behind the scenes on this movie.
Yeah, Joan Crawford had some difficulty in real life, which is funny. They're portraying alcoholics in the movie or whatever, but I guess her personal life was still pretty crazy, huh?
Yeah.
So we'll get into our favorite bits, but we're gonna jump into we like to do at the top of the show. We like to do home video headlines, which is like what's going on in the world of TV and movies. They just had the Golden Globes, so I guess I'll run down some of these awards that I thought were interesting. I wrote some cliff notes down or whatever real quick to add to our headlines. That movie No Man Land got Best Drama, and the director got Best Director, and Sacha Baron Cohen, he got an award for Best Musical Comedy Actor in Borat 2. Rosamund Pike from that movie we were talking about the other week, I Care a Lot, and we talked about that on the Stereo app for our bonus content the other day. She did it for that Netflix movie. She got like Best Actress in a Drama. And then Andra Day, who's playing Billie Holiday in this new Billie Holiday movie that just cropped up out of nowhere on Hulu. She already got an award for that. She got Best Actor in like Best Actress or whatever in a musical or comedy. Jason Sudeikis won for that comedy that he has on Apple TV called Ted Lasso, so like Best Actor in a TV musical or comedy. Something like that. But they're joking about the hoodie that he wore. Like people online are more impressed by his tie-dye hoodie, and that's social media for you. They care more about that than the fact that he actually won the award for the show that he's in, right? But they're saying he's like living his best life. Like he's getting divorced actually because his wife went off and had an affair with the Henry Styles kid or whatever.
What the hell?
Too. Olivia, whatever her name is. Yeah, they're saying she started hooking up with that dude before they were divorced.
Oh, poor guy. That sucks.
It's like tabloid stuff. It's like tabloid level.
Yeah.
Well, it could be arranged. I mean,
yeah, who knows?
These people actually care about one another. You know what I mean?
The last thing I wanted to touch on is Black Panther won an award. Well, the guy that played him anyway, Chadwick Boseman, who unfortunately passed away recently, he got Best Actor in a Drama for Ma Rainey's Black Bottom. I haven't seen the movie, but they said like his last couple of movies were like really strong performances because he's really pushing to have really great shit. Because
he was going for it.
Yeah. I have seen that movie, and I'd say it was worth the win. He did a good job in that movie.
That's all. It's kind of funny when you're gonna die, you just go for it, right? Like,
and now here's the laundry list of headlines that I came up with. Like, so much happened this week, I didn't even know how to encapsulate all of it. So feel free to react to whichever one you think is cool, or just let it go. Lady Gaga had a dog walker get shot, and 2 of her dogs got kidnapped. Like, that's like a Hollywood movie, but it really happened. Dude's in the hospital, and her dogs are missing. And there's like a huge reward out for
no one cared about the guy who got shot. Everyone cared about the dogs.
That's what I was just gonna say.
I'm just like, really, this poor guy got shot, and everyone's like, where'd the dogs go?
4 times.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, he's alive after 4 bullets. Must have been 9 mil.
I think it was 1,
like
but I'm not sure. But I'm just saying, like, the news.
Oh, you mean 4 dogs?
No.
But honestly, like, if you've
2
ever
dogs,
worked
I
as
think,
like,
or 3.
So he's like an assistant that walks the dogs, probably, right? So if you've ever worked with a celebrity, like, he's probably clinging to life because he's so afraid of how much shit he's gonna take for having lost the dogs. You know what I mean?
Oh my gosh.
I know.
What a terrible thought. That but hey, if it keeps you alive.
Yeah.
But they put they put an award up for the dogs, and then this guy, I hope they pay for his like medical
bills. Yeah.
Well, I'm more worried about this guy's medical bills, right?
But isn't he?
I'm sure Lady Gaga is not.
Yeah, I was gonna say
I certainly hope so.
Like
I hope so.
Gaga Incorporated or something, right? So you think like she would take care of it?
She better take care of it, or if not, I'm gonna be pissed. I'm just saying.
Yeah, you're gonna send an angry letter, right, Nick?
No,
and I'm gonna do a lot.
This is your angry pulpit right here. Just rage hard on the podcast.
Yeah. I'm just like, hey, Lady Gaga, pay for this guy's medical bills. He took care of your dog.
We condemn you unless you do what we think is right.
Yeah.
In other news,
pay for his medical bills.
We got a new Superman coming from JJ Abrams of all people, and then they attached a pretty good writer. I forgot who the writer was, but has like comic book and other movie titles behind the writer. But fans are pushing hard for Michael B. Jordan, which would be kind of cool. He was like he was
Creed,
antagonist, right? Black Panther, but he wasn't really an antagonist because you feel bad for the guy. You know why he ends up where he does in that movie, and he wears the other Black Panther armor, so he's just as heroic, as the other guy. So
he's a great actor.
He could be a good Superman. We'll see.
He could be a good Superman.
If you take the B out, he's just Michael Jordan.
Well, I mean, he put the B in there to distinguish himself from the basketball, obviously, right? So.
I'm always wearing Jordans.
American Ferrerra, she's really funny. I think she started out in like the Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants when she was like a teenager, but she was also in this this Walmart centric superstore sitcom or something recently. She's been in other stuff too. I can't remember what else she's been in, but she's been around for a little while.
That Ugly Betty show for.
Yeah. She's super famous for Ugly Betty, and so she's getting ready to direct her first feature, and so that should be pretty cool. She's pretty. I mean, I've always liked the stuff that she's been in, so we'll see how good that comes out. Amber Heard officially fired from Aquaman 2. They were talking about that.
Oh, really? Good.
Yeah, that's what I said too. Like, literally, in my notes, I literally wrote "good."
As far as I can tell, with everything I've heard in the media, no, she needs to go. Yeah. She's done.
Cancel Amber Heard.
Yeah, cancel it. If you're canceling
is that just
guys,
the OnlyFans account or what?
What?
The what?
Nothing.
No, I'm not talking about Johnny Depp stuff, but I don't know what that is. Yeah.
No. Oh, okay.
I didn't even hear what you said.
It's OnlyFans.
I said, is that because of her OnlyFans stuff?
Oh, does Amber Heard have an OnlyFans now?
I don't know. Does she? I thought I heard that she did.
You brought it up. I thought you would know.
Another celebrity that has she's like the most famous OnlyFanner. What's her name? She's a child star, but now she's not.
Oh, the girl with the red hair. I don't know.
Yeah, she's like a punk rock. She wasn't.
I don't know her name. I don't know.
Whatever.
Oh, she's the one that broke the algorithm or whatever.
See, you're throwing us off. She's not part of the headline, so we don't know.
Sorry, my bad.
I have no idea.
Moving on. Punky Brewster shows are dropping here pretty soon. All right.
We already mentioned the new Punky Brewster like weeks ago, and Dave watched it recently, but that'll probably come later in the "What did you watch" section. So you're getting really ahead of us now. Let's see.
I thought I was behind.
Beavis and Butt Head are getting a new movie from Paramount Plus. This is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Well, we had heard that they were going to do a show. We heard they were going to do a new show, so maybe they just decided to make it a movie. I don't know.
Any idea what the movie's about?
No, but the commercial for it was they were on a Zoom meeting themselves on their couch. So
all right, pretty good. That makes sense.
They were having a hard time figuring it out because they were in two cameras, but they were in one place, right? So
yeah,
kind of funny. Workaholics is going to get a movie. We'll see if the movie comes out. They'll probably get another. They'll probably do have a new show, But it's gonna show you like what happened to the guys in Workaholics. We're like, where are they like 10 years later? So that's kind of cool to see if they still work in the same office or they finally grew up. That'll be interesting. A new Reno 911 movie. And they're gonna make a lot of jokes about probably the stuff at the Capitol, but Reno 911 is kind of funny. Did you guys ever watch the Miami movie or any of the show? Like it's like a fake cops.
I love the show. I wasn't a huge fan of the movie though. I gotta say.
Oh, okay.
But I love the show.
Dave, the last thing I had on my list was something that you brought to our attention in Facebook Messenger. Was you were talking about some lost film of George Romero popping up?
Oh, that's cool.
So they've restored this lost movie of his called The Amusement Park, which is about, I guess, somebody aging. There's like real tight-lipped on what the plot is about, but I guess it's going to be premiering soon on a virtual film festival, or I can't remember which one. And
I thought it was just going right to Shudder, no?
I think I heard that Shudder's going to release it at some point, but they didn't give any dates yet.
Yeah, it's a Shudder exclusive when we get to see it, but it goes to the film festival first, right?
Something like that, yeah.
Did we miss anything? Nick, is there anything we need to add to our headlines here?
Did you guys like Dexter? Because they're filming the next season right now.
What?
Yeah, I liked the first 4 seasons.
I feel like we also mentioned.
Yeah, that's what everybody says.
I'm
with you though, Nick.
I got over it after that, but I'm just saying, I kept going with it up until 8, and I gave up on 8. I'm just saying, but
I feel like.
Did you ever see the final episode?
I did, and it was bad.
Okay,
I felt like it was bad.
I was so pissed.
Guess what, Dave? It's not the final episode anymore.
Oh no.
Oh no!
They can try to erase everything they want. I mean, I'll still watch it.
You want to go ahead and you want to give us a mini review of Punky Brewster, though?
Oh, me? I've watched 2
No.
episodes and me. What?
No, I said Adam.
Oh, Adam, go for it.
Oh,
yeah.
snap. Well, I didn't want to talk about Punky Brewster, really. I wanted to just say I'm excited about the new Coen Brothers Scarface. I don't know why they're doing Scarface. I don't know why
They're
Scarface needs
remaking
to be
a
done.
remake of like Scarface has been remade already. Like the
Are they doing the 30s version? Or?
I don't
Which
know.
version?
I'm hoping
Yeah,
that
I bet
it'll
you
be...
that's going to be the difference. Is they're going to go back to if they do a 30s
I think so,
version,
too.
then I'm in.
It'll
they're
be.
probably not.
I'm already.
You can't do the
Cohen's is the only I'm sorry, dude. I'm sorry. I'm just like I don't even know what to think right now. You've busted my brain because I hate this. I'm in the minority. I can't stand the Pacino Scarface. I just can't.
I feel like it's easier in the StreamYard app to talk over each other than it used to be in the Skype days.
Say hello to my little friend.
All right, we'll be right back after these messages. Oh crap! Actually, I was supposed to do something at the very beginning of the episode.
Oh no!
I was supposed to do a pre-roll for our freaking puzzle people. I forgot to do that. There's no way to go back in time. I don't know what I'm gonna do.
You cut in an ad. You
go
can say
in,
it now.
Go in the
quiet.
DeLorean and go back in time, dude. You got this.
Flux capacitor, John.
Yeah, you got this, John.
I know what we'll do. I'll just move them around. I'll stay. Okay, so tonight we're brought to you by a couple different people. We're brought to you by a puzzle company called Uni Dragon. They make these exquisite puzzles. We're also brought to you by the Stereo app. We'll let you know more about them in a little while. And we want to let you know that we're supported by sponsors and also affiliates to keep the podcast chugging along. So I'll just rearrange the episode. That's what I'll do. Before we go to our exclusive messages, I'll tell you about this puzzle company. Let's see. So you can get premium sets of wooden puzzles from Uni Dragon. They have the magic of assembling puzzles accompanied with the notes of woody fragrances. They come with all these parts of exquisite beauty. They're sophisticated puzzles. You can separate all the shapes. They're kind of like having these small miracles in your hands added to one big miracle. They're also made from eco-friendly products, natural paper, birch wood, harmless and untoxic glue. They're one of our sponsors. They're quite memorizing and intricate. As I said before, I recently ordered one of their panda puzzles. It's actually pretty cool. Right now, our subscribers can use this coupon Dragon Binge. They can get 10% off, and that coupon will run through the summer until June 1st. So that's Unidragon. They make these really great puzzles. Go to unidragon.com. You can use our code Dragon Binge for 10% off your puzzle. The one that I purchased for myself is Serious Panda. It actually doesn't look serious. It looks really funny. It's kind of a funny name. They call it Serious Panda, but it looks joyful and optimistic to me. Most of those puzzles are actually really cool and creative, so you take a look at that. Unidragon.com. Use our coupon Dragon Binge for 10% off. And I get they get the luxury of having a mid-roll instead of a pre-roll, but we'll see how that goes. I don't know. We'll see how they feel about that, having a better ad instead of up at the top. We'll figure it out. What else is going on? We've been diving into this thing called Stereo, and if you've ever wanted to scream your opinions into the abyss, hoping that you can we hear what you're saying? And maybe you have opinions about Punky Brewster, maybe you have opinions about Baby Jane, maybe you have opinions about the new Dexter, or whatever else we're talking about. You can actually go live with us on Stereo, where you can ask us your questions directly on the app and throw in your opinions of all these movies and TV shows that we're talking about. Because if you're a binge watcher out there too, we want to know about it. We've got brand new content going live on the Stereo app every Sunday generally, but we're going to move that to Mondays probably. Like right after our show, we're going to jump over there for the official after party of the Binge-Watchers podcast. You can go over to Stereo so we can talk to you directly about movie mashups, movie plot lines, movie headlines, and our cool down after show. So that's what we'll be. You can start talking to us and we can get together. It's going to be like you're hosting your own show, or you can join in and listen to the jam that we're jumping on, Stereo Talk, and answer all of your questions. You can go to stereo.com/Johnny Spoiler. We got brand new content going live every week. And if you want to join the wrap-up show for Binge-Watchers podcast, you can tune in and join us exclusively by clicking the Join Live button, and you'll be involved in our stereo.com/Johnny Spoiler discussion every week on Stereo. Adam, what are your thoughts on Stereo?
I like it a lot. I mean, I've talked to a whole bunch of people on there. about everything, about all kinds of stuff. You had the most amount of anonymity when you tie into somebody else's, whatever they're talking about. And you hold this button down and you get to say a comment, and that comment enters a queue. And then the person that's hosting the show gets to play the comments. It's pretty neat. Like, you wouldn't think that. And the other thing is, like, it's not a camera on you. So you can, like, wake up first thing in the morning, not have your hair done, not even having eaten breakfast first or whatever. And then you're getting your day started talking to somebody. It's just fun, talk to strangers. Some people I've heard people get into fights on there, like where they were disagreeing, where even
Really?
the people that were, it was neat.
Yeah.
I like that kind of vibrance, I don't know.
I don't know if I would say they're fighting. I think it's more like casual banter, which you don't hear on like other social media platforms. I think like Stereo is kind of like the exclusive place to have a really free conversation. So if you want to join in, go ahead and meet us up. Follow us, stereo.com/Johnny Spoiler. And now we're going to get back to our show. So let's roll into favorite bits from whatever happened to Baby Jane. Hey, Nick, you got a favorite bit from this movie?
My favorite bit is actually the performances of the two ladies. I just think they were such great actresses, and hearing the behind the scenes stuff makes it interesting. And I just thought that, like, it almost felt like I was watching a play. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, those words
like,
make sense. I don't know if it.
I felt like I was
sell
watching
me
a
on
play.
that.
I felt like I felt like I could watch this in like a theater or something. Like, it felt like I felt like I was watching more of a play than an actual movie. I don't know, but this movie was kind of hard for me sometimes because I kept falling asleep.
I think that's
I'm not gonna lie,
style, right? Like all the old actors were melodramatic, theatrical. So that's basically it. They staged movies like plays. You're right.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, you have to take the meth before you start watching the movie.
I guess so. Yeah.
Is that like method watching instead of method acting?
Oh, you got me, man. We're on the same wavelength. Of course I wouldn't be making a crass drug joke.
So when Adam gets nervous, he immediately goes, "Let's talk about drugs," instead of talking about the movie at hand. I guess.
I guess so. I guess so.
I mean, last time he was talking about Gremlins on drugs. Now he's talking about in order to watch Baby Jane, you got to be on drugs. All right.
Hey, we saw that one movie.
I just said caffeine. That's all. But yeah.
And we were drinking in the movie theater, and the experience was magical. Do you remember what movie that was, John?
I don't know, but you keep bringing it up like you want to get us in
Speed
trouble.
Racer.
Great.
Eraser? Like the Arnold Schwarzenegger movie?
No, Speed Racer, the anime.
Oh, Speed Racer. I thought you said Eraser. Sorry.
This is the live action with our buddy Email Hirsch.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
What if one day we're gonna get rung up by his people and they'll be like, his name is Emel. Oh, is it? Send us an email about it.
Email.
Sorry, dude.
Email. Dave, do you have any favorite bits from Baby Jane? Let's see if we can get this podcast back on track.
Yeah, I think you and I can combine our discussion because we actually talked right before and we discovered that we both had the same favorite bits, which was serving of the rat for a dish. And
this is incredible. So Baby Jane has to cook her sister Blanche dinner every day, make all her meals, and she like loses it over it, right?
Yeah.
Which is funny. Like, I don't think Blanche necessarily has a bad attitude during the movie, but maybe like, Baby Jane just finally snapped and doesn't want to do it anymore or whatever. I don't know.
Well, she was holding it in for years because she has it out with her at the end. Like, I held it for you. And even though you were mean to me, like she just finally, like, this was
her a rat.
But...
Serves her up a rat.
Yeah.
Like, an old-fashioned dinner platter. Like Nick was talking about how theatrical the movie is. And like,
it's very,
they take the time to put it on the serving tray with the tea and they open it up and boom, the biggest rat you've ever seen in cinema.
It was huge.
Well, maybe besides Princess Bride, where they have the rodents of unusual size, but it's a big ass rat to have to eat for dinner. That's for sure.
Yeah,
that's also one of my. Favorite.
But how's it taste?
Well, and then to see Betty just like go nuts over that, or like laugh maniacally, like a little almost over the top, but just the right amount.
Yeah. So, since you guys talked me into talking about my experience with trying to make an online purchase for a video editing tool, and then having things explode in my house, let's tie in obsessive dreams. So Adam watched this movie and it freaked him out or something because then he was telling us about a dream he had where he was serving us food.
Yeah,
You sure?
Nick
What?
wasn't at the apartment because he was like late, but it was like the situation was like, yeah, me, Dave, and John
Yeah, and you're our
were
baby Jane, right? Like you're the
we
one
were
serving
living
us.
together, and I made some food
Yeah.
for John, and Dave was like not hungry. And I'm like, hold on. Like, and I was going to get the garnish, but the garnish was something I made that was kind of fancy. It was like a castle or
Wait,
something.
didn't you say my face was on it? Didn't you say it was
No,
like
no,
paper
no,
with
no,
my
no.
face on it and you put it on the plate?
Okay. I'm getting ideas confused, but yeah, I was making a collage.
Yeah.
And I was making a face out of what was going on the plate with the collage. It's too complicated. Dreams are weird. But the whole point was I was like, okay, don't eat it. I want you to see what I've made.
No,
And
I
I left the room.
You were baby
Huh?
Jane-ing us. That's what it was.
I had like 1 second. I left the room. I come back. John's already done with all the eggs. He's like, I ate them already. And I'm coming in to lay this thing.
This is you know how I know this is just a dream? Because Adam made me eggs one time, and since that day, I've refused to eat any eggs that Adam will ever make ever again.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking
If
about
you
the
ate my
garlic.
eggs, you'd be
He dumped
begging for
garlic.
them. So
He
that
dumped-
must be one of your nightmares or
He
something.
dumped half a bottle of garlic into my scrambled eggs, and like, it was bad. I'm traumatized. by the scrambled eggs he made.
What's a bottle of garlic? I've never had that.
Did you do
Garlic
wow.
extract?
No, I think it was the real, like, little garlic. It's like little minced garlics in a jar.
I think you just said it, minced garlic.
Yeah, minced garlic.
Well, it must have been the preservative in the garlic.
Anyway, so like this, Adam traumatized me with scrambled eggs, and then he got traumatized by watching Baby Jane, and he had a nightmare about serving us food like a Baby Jane. That's basically it.
And y'all were unappreciative.
And then I read this Psycho movie study, and it was talking about how in cinema history they freaking aren't really that crazy. They're like Darth Vaders of archetypes. Like even Hannibal Lecter, not a true psychopath according to psychiatry, but Anton Sugar from No Country for Old Men, a true psychopath. So it's stuff like that. Like, I don't know how many movies they watched, 45 or something, and they compiled this study, right? And
It's a cool study.
Yeah, it's really cool. It's an interesting idea that, like, oh yeah, movies just are just saying this is a psycho killer, but it has nothing to do with psychopathy. It has to do with like intention, premeditation, and creating these boogeymen, to tell movie stories or whatever.
Yeah,
right.
I mean, I would think you can make an argument that like Baby Jane and her sister have issues, but then like what they do is mostly intentional. So maybe neither of them are crazy, even though this is considered like one of the most popular movies about crazy stuff of like all time, right? It's on everybody's list. It's on IMDb. It's on Ranker. It's on, if you just Google it, it comes up on like 4 or 5 lists, right? So that's kind of interesting.
Right.
My other favorite bit is probably everybody's. The ending's really good, right? Like there's like a whole dance sequence at the beach where she's like totally lost her mind. And spoiler alert, it wouldn't be a Binge-Watchers without a spoiler of some kind, right?
Oh no.
So here we go.
Johnny spoiler.
So here we go. Let me live up to my namesake. So the other sister may or may not be dying. The one who's crippled, she may or may not be dying, and the other one is like totally snapped and is like dancing while eating ice cream. And the police are looking for the other sister on a beach, and like that to me was pretty magical for this movie. Like that was pretty great. Good stuff.
I feel like they weren't even looking for her. They were just kind of like taking a stop, grabbing a bite to eat, and they just happened across her.
Baby Jane recognizes this as like maybe her last time to perform before a crowd that's gathering, right? But she thinks of it as her audience or something. But
I will say, if you're really binging with this movie, you could take a drink every time she's like, well, don't you know who I am? I'm Baby Jane. And everybody just like, yeah, that's great.
You're like, who?
I know a lot of people like that though. Like where you're like, don't you know who I am? Who are like kind of like faded, It's like
I don't know.
I hate that, yeah. Just saying.
I got that treatment from one of the Neptunes, Chad Hugo, when I worked at the music store.
I don't even know who that is.
My gosh.
Actually, I literally don't. So it proves my point.
Well, I'm not trying to throw anybody under the bus because Chad's a nice guy. But when I first met him, he's like, "Don't you know who I am?" And I'm like, "No." And he's like, "Yo, just pick up a magazine." And I was like, "Any magazine?" So you're like in publishing?
Wow.
I literally don't even know who this guy is.
I don't know who that is either. Somebody can Google it later.
Yeah.
You know who Ferrerra is?
Sorry, Chad.
Let's do some fan service. So I don't know how often these guys are stalking me on Instagram, but actually I made a friend on freaking Stereo, and they commented on our Killer Joe episode. So Majestic Lee Official is his name of his Instagram, but he actually is I think his name is Lee, but he goes by Majestic Lee during his shows on Stereo. But he was saying on the Killer Joe post, he was saying like, wow, never heard of this movie. Definitely on the fence about watching it, though, laughing smiley face. So I was thinking, oh, yeah, you are on the fence about a movie like that. And we were, honestly, I think we were on the fence about watching it, but we got talked into it. So you know.
I got to talk more about that episode. I got more airplay in that episode for not being in it. It was amazing. I loved it.
Mystery,
and that was mostly me being like, "Damn it, Nick, why aren't you here?"
People were Googling you after the show, being
Dave.
like,
yeah. Who's this
guy that's missing?
Yeah, I know, it's perfect.
Which brings us to another favorite. Well, it's kind of growing to be a favorite segment. Is What Should I Watch? Where we try to convince each other to watch things. We don't have to be brutal tonight. I'm like I said it kind of earlier. I may have said it in the episode that I'm in the middle of a Billie Holiday movie, but I didn't really watch anything this week outside of the Baby Jane that we're supposed to watch to talk about. Nick, did you watch anything this week outside of the show?
I'm about 6 episodes into an amazing show called 60 Days In, where you take normal people.
Oh, you're watching the same show from last week?
No, I didn't watch that last week. Did I?
I thought you already mentioned the prison show.
No. Maybe I did like 6 months ago. I'm watching a new season. So
new season.
I'm just saying, like, dude, guys, watch this show.
Know.
It's so good. You
like
take normal people and you put them in prison, and it's crazy.
That's funny. You could just say, like, you take normal people, you corrupt them, you turn them into prisoners against their will.
Yeah. I mean, it's literally like, you're like, wow, look at what happens in prison. Like, or it's crazy. Or jail, I mean, but yeah.
If you don't stab somebody the first day and, like, take somebody's ramen, then you're the bitch, right? You got to, like, really lay down the law.
What's the difference between prison and jail?
Yeah, no, it's jail. I'm sorry. It's
probably who owns it. Does a private company own it, or does the state own the prison?
Don't know. It's in Alabama, and it's pretty scary.
Actually, Dave's writing like a musical comedy about jail right now.
Dave, can you sing one of the numbers real quick?
Before?
What?
Just sing one of the numbers real quick, like the title number.
I haven't worked out the lyrics yet.
Yeah. He's not writing the music. In his script, it just says joke, joke, and then there's a couple action words. Then it says insert song. Then it goes back onto the, Bobby stabs Steve. Then it says joke, joke, insert song. So he's not really credited with the music.
But there's still tap dancing, though, right?
Again. What?
Tap dancing?
Oh, there's definitely going to be tap dancing.
Nice.
What Nick didn't tell you about 60 Days In is like the tap dancing episode is like episode 2.
I've never seen that yet. You tell me. All right. Sounds good.
Oh, sorry. I just spoiled the next episode for him.
I guess you spoiled it for me.
Dave, what did you watch anything else this week?
Yeah, I've watched a few things. One nostalgia watch is I rewatched High Fidelity for the first time.
You trying to big dick us on this episode? You trying to say like you're the best binge watcher? I watched several things this week.
Well, a lot of stuff was in the background, so while I was
a lot of what I watched wasn't exactly noteworthy, but I figured I'd watch High Fidelity again. After several years of
like
mulling over all its great lessons, and anyway, sorry.
All right. I don't know. I forgot how quotable that movie is. But the other thing we talked about, I couldn't convince anybody, but the new Wrong Turn is actually really good. Actually, might even be better than the original.
Oh, God.
And I shouldn't have been called Wrong Turn.
I'm so sick of Cannibal in the Woods horror movies. Like, I don't even want to, because they didn't change the title, I don't even want to watch the new one.
Well, then you're cheating yourself because it's actually really good. It has more in common with like the original Wicker Man than it does Wrong Turn in a weird way.
You think Matthew Modine has like a huge gambling bill, or like he owes somebody money or something? Because like, why is he in the movie?
Sometimes you need a paycheck. Yeah.
Wow.
I thought
is
Modine was something you put on a wart to get rid of it.
Damn it.
Whoa. I don't know.
Dun-dun-dun. I don't know. Hey, if you like the original Wrong Turns, watch it. If you don't like it, then still watch it because it's not like the Wrong Turn movies, even though it has the name.
Adam's talked a lot, so we're just gonna skip over if he watched anything else this week.
That's so boo. I barely said anything.
Did you watch anything?
Yeah, I watched something pretty cool. It's a movie with Donald Sutherland in it. It's got Leonard Nimoy in it, Jeff Goldblum.
Oh, I like that movie.
I thought you would. But Invasion of the Body Snatchers, the 78 version. It's so beautiful looking. It's a lot prettier than
It
That's
is a great movie. It is a great movie.
I don't think
It
we've ever
really
covered
is.
that one officially. We've talked about it maybe offhandedly,
movie.
talking about those actors. But yeah, that's actually podcast worthy. Adam, good choice. It's a good movie.
yeah.
It's a great movie.
Sorry.
Oh my gosh.
The end when Donald's. I mean, I don't even want to say it. I'm sorry. Just the end is great. Yeah.
You just want to spoil the end. We mentioned the movie. Talk
I
about
do,
the
but
end.
I don't want to.
That's
spoil it.
John's job.
I know.
I'm not
I'll
spoiling
say-
anything, but if you
I'll
want
say
to
it for
find out
John.
what.
Nick, you're supposed to want to do it, but you're too late.
I'm too
Moving
late.
on. John, what'd you watch? I know you didn't watch.
I was
you have
about to
something
say I'm not
talk
going to
about watching?
spoil anything, but if people want to go deeper in the conversation with us and find out whether or not I have anything interesting to say, or we're going to spoil anything, I don't know. Don't miss out Binge-Watchers After Party on the Stereo app. We're going to be live every week. We want to hear from you. Our first Stereo show went a bit like me and Dave playing around with the app, random people joining the conversation. Adam clicked the comment button a few times. Nick couldn't figure it out like a boomer, but he's doing his best to try again, and he promises he'll be able to send some audio clips our way. And just as a reminder, Stereo is the live conversation app. It's kind of like social audio. You can talk to us directly, and if you want to join in on some of the jokes here, let us know if you actually think that Invasion of the Body Snatchers is a good movie, or whether or not you think Lady Gaga should pay the bill for her dog walker who got almost annihilated. And,
Hell yeah, she should.
or tell us what's more valuable, the person walking the dogs, or the dogs themselves. So you can ask questions about these types of topics and anything else we're talking about for Binge-Watchers podcast. We want to hear everything. Download it now. Join us every week at stereo.com/Johnny Spoiler and connect with all the Binge-Watchers on the crew. And then let's now play this new game that Dave and I came up with. This is how we're going to choose movies for the rest of the year. It's a new section on the show. So at least there might be one reason to listen to this episode. Is you're going to hear about a new segment called This or That, where actually, based on the titles you hear, we'll determine what is next week's movie, and then Nick will remind you to watch it, and then he'll give us a really great ending for the show because we're getting ready to wrap it up. But you can join us on the Stereo app because after every show now, we're going to go do our cool down movie mashup or movie trivia or whatever the hell we're doing on Stereo. You can join us there after the official show. But I'm stalling now because I'm trying to find my list of titles to tell you for this or that.
Oh no!
Okay,
I thought that was running a little long.
What
it's
the
running a
hell?
little. Yeah, I
That's
need to
funny.
tighten up. This is a weird episode. I fucking forgot the pre-roll at the pre-roll time and then squeezed it into mid-roll time. I don't know what's going to happen with the puzzle people. We'll find out. Either they're going to pay us or they're going to drop the ad. We'll fucking find out, I guess. So, okay. Do you guys want to watch a movie called Love Me Deadly or a movie called The Stanford Prison Experiment?
Love Me Deadly because it sounds more like a Skinamax movie.
Interesting.
Well, we know what Nick wants.
Yeah, boom! There it is. Yeah.
Okay, let's get a weigh-in from...
I'm going to say Stanford Prison Experiment.
Okay. Let's see if Adam's going to do a tiebreaker or if he's going to make it
Love
even
Me Deadly, baby.
Yeah. Hell yeah! Hell yeah, dude.
Ooh.
Adam knows. Adam knows.
Dave, you lose. I'm also a Love Me Deadly guy. So,
I do want to see that one too, but yeah. So
all right.
no complaints here.
I think it's hiding out on somebody's YouTube channel, so it might be the whole movie on YouTube. But if you're worried that it's not the entire movie, then it's like 99 cents on Amazon Prime. So, and if you found the movie that involves necrophilia, you've found the right Love Me Deadly. Other than that, I don't know what movie you're watching.
Is it too late to change my vote?
Title only.
Yeah. It might be a little skinny Maxie from Beyond the Grave.
Oh my gosh. This is stomach curdling, right?
This is from 1973. This is going to be like.
Oh, no. Oh, wow. Yes.
I feel like it's going to be haunting.
This is not Skinamax. This is like Skinamax's grandpa.
Oh, man. But that could be fun,
so,
too.
This is going in here like a waka waka whack wow.
So this is like cougar date night?
Yeah.
Wow.
It's gonna get crazy. Oh, wow.
All right. This, I'm all right. We're going to do this.
I just need Nick over in his Barbara Bush wig.
Yes,
and somehow this movie still made 18 million in the 70s. Wow.
Adam likes to say comments that nobody
something.
has any frame of reference for. Like Adam was shown a picture of Nick in a wig because Nick does YouTube videos and he wears wigs as different characters. So Adam's referring to one of the wigs looking like Barbara Bush. Like, you leave our audience out in the dark.
Yeah, but what else?
Really
what other? Look, all you got to do is take Nick's image, put a white wig on it, boom, Barbara Bush. Give us your best Barbara Bush, Nick, real quick.
Hi, I'm Barbara Bush.
That's
I don't
good.
know how to do it in audio. I don't even know what she sounds like. I really don't.
Barbara Bush.
I guess that's what she sounds like. I don't know what Barbara Bush sounds like.
Particularly noteworthy.
Nick, you need to help us out here.
Oh, you know, so stuff got real tonight, guys. Check us out on social media. Check out our YouTube. Check out our Instagram. Check out us on stereo. We're going there live right now. And also check us out in general. Like, go to our everything page. Anyways, this is Nicky T.
Our everything page is probably the website, which is bwpodcast.com.
There it is, everything page. Yeah.
Wow.
Anyways, stuff got real. I love you guys.
Did anything get real? Oh, because we talked about how Adam makes scrambled eggs.
Yeah, Adam makes scrambled eggs, and he puts a lot of garlic in it, right?
I never told the end of that story, but John died because he ate it. He ate it too fast.